Hello everyone, I am Ayodhya Panadari and this is my presentation for week 6 of the History and Systems module where I will be taking the role of the well-known researcher Walter Mischel to bring you the details of the Marshmallow study conducted by him. So I hope you enjoy the video. So to start off with, how many of you love marshmallows? I am sure most of us were fans of this sweet treat even as children we were. I know I was. Now, what if I told the child version of you to sit in front of a box of sweets and not to indulge in the treat but to wait, and you would get a reward afterwards? What would you have done? The marshmallow test experiment is based on this principle known as delayed gratification, which we will learn more about as I take you through the process of this historically significant psychology experiment. So let us look at what delayed gratification is. In simple terms, it is the ability to wait to get what you want. It is the central part of self-control, that is to risk temptation and go in line with your goals. According to one of my research articles based on delayed gratification in children, it has been found that it could be an important part of goal achievement and might even have an impact on long-term success and goal achievement. Now let us look into similar workings done on the concept of delayed voluntary gratification. As of before I conducted the marshmallow study, there was little experimental evidence based on delayed human gratification. For example, one line of research done by Singer in 1955 had attempted to apply psychoanalytic concepts to motoric inhibition and impulse control. Afterwards, most of the preceding research work regarding the topic had been based on the indirect measures of gratification and ego control based on the results of tests such as Rorschach ink blot test. Instead, present research focuses on investigating the delay of reward, keeping a behavioristic perspective in mind. Also, previous studies had focused on the organization of self-control by exploring the relationship between preference patterns for immediate smaller rewards or larger delayed rewards. So, now let us look at the participants and how the experiment took place. We selected participants among those who attended the Bing Nursery School of Stanford University. 16 girls and 16 boys were selected within the age range of 3 years 6 months and 5 years 8 months. The procedures were conducted by 2 male experimenters. 8 subjects, that is 4 males and 4 females, were assigned randomly to 4 experimental conditions. Measures were taken to avoid bias caused by the gender of the experimenters. Now let us look at how the study was conducted. A week before the experiment was conducted, the 2 male experimenters played with as many children as they could for a few days to ensure that once the children were encountered to the surprise room during the experiment, they would be at ease, as they were familiar with the experimenters. After obtaining the consent from the child to enter the surprise room, they were taken to the experimental room that consisted of a table on which 5-inch long pretzel pieces and an opaque cake tin were placed. A chair was placed in front of the table, and on another chair there was an empty cardboard box. Under the cake tin on the table were several animal crackers and pretzels. On the floor near the chair with the cardboard box were 4 battery-operated toys, and at right angles with the table, one-way mirror was placed. The experimenter pointed out those 4 toys that were on the floor, and before the child could start playing, they asked the child to sit on the chair in front of the table and explained about each toy enthusiastically, and also mentioned that they could play with the toys later on and place the toys out of the sight of the child. For the next phase of the experiment, the experimenter said to the child that they have to go out of the room sometimes, but there is a way to bring the experimenter back into the room. And that was by eating one of the pretzels on the table. The experimenter and the child practiced this activity for about 4 times, leaving one last piece of pretzel on the table at the end of this step of the experiment. Next, the experimenter would open the opaque cake tin and reveal the animal crackers and pretzels inside of them and ask the child what they preferred better. Then they were instructed that the children had a choice of as if they sat very still in their chair until the experimenter got back, they could have all the treats they preferred and everything, both the animal crackers and the. But if they couldn't and they ate the other pretzel outside of the box, the experimenter would come, like previously, and they could only have the reward that they didn't like. For example, if the child said that they preferred the animal crackers and they couldn't wait until the experimenter got back, they will have to have the reward that they didn't like, that is the pretzels. So the waiting time was measured from the second the experimenter shut the door. And they did return after like 15 minutes. And after all of this, the child and the experimenter would play with the toys in the room placed near the chair with the empty box, and they were escorted to their usual nursery play area afterwards. So that is about the method. The results of this study reveal that the children waited the longest when the rewards were entirely absent, that is, in the condition in which the delayed nor the immediate reward was available for attention during the waiting period. Nothing was placed on the table. Furthermore, the children waited the shortest length of time when both the delayed and immediate rewards were facing them during the waiting session. So overall, in conclusion, it could be said that the presence of rewards serves to increase the magnitude of frustration and decreases the delay of gratification and makes the waiting period more difficult. It could also be concluded that learning to inhibit frustration and divert attention from temptations could help master the process of delaying gratification. That's about it. These are the references. And thank you for your cooperation. If you have any questions, you can shoot me now. Thank you and have a great day.